Oh man, I ain't even have my intro in there like I usually do. I had a whole intro in there that I usually play, but I guess it's deleted. But what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm here. We live. We're live on youtube.com/HNB Media TV, as well as live on youtube.com/hoops and brews. Shout out to all of y'all out there that are watching the show. We definitely appreciate you guys for waiting. Sorry, I was having some audio issues. But we here, man. Shout out to the homie X Chase Money. What's good? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. I'm trying to get used to watching basketball.
Yeah.
In July, I'm not there yet. Like I've been watching baseball, so I'm working that out. But other than that, I'm chilling. It's hot. Pretty much just at home because of all the stuff that's going on. So
yeah. Who's your favorite baseball team?
The Dodgers. But
okay, Yeah, no, you want to know something crazy? The crazy part is that I actually, live, in LA. I actually live close to Dodger Stadium, and literally, I was expecting, because I had just moved over here, to actually be in this neighborhood for the first time. Like, oh man, I'm gonna be able to go to the bars and like hang out by the Dodgers. Go to Dodgers games all the time because it's like almost within walking distance. And then literally all of the sports seasons get canceled for all of the fans. So. That's super unfortunate. And I'm not even a huge Dodger fan because I'm a Cubs fan, but I do like going to Dodgers games. And I actually went to the Dodgers Cubs, NLCS game. I think it was in 2000 and whenever the Cubs finally won a ring. So it's super, wild how kind of like, actual expectations of going to Dodgers games, and now ain't doing that at all. But what's good, man? Welcome to the show. Talk to the people, let them know who you are, where they can find you at. You know what I mean?
Every time I go on somebody's like podcast, they ask me for this. I don't have an intro. Like,
come on, man. Tell
really
the people who you are. Who are you? Who are you?
I mean, I'm a YouTube gamer. I got two channels. There's a lot of screaming and hollering. So if you go over there, I suggest you turn your headset down. My name is X Chase Money. My second channel is X Chase Money 2. There's really pretty much no limit on like what I will or won't post over there on those channels.
Right. Yeah, that's dope, man. And actually, I met X Chase, Money, because I actually was one of his, YouTube managers back when I worked at Full Screen about 3-4 years ago. He was just always a good dude. Always made great content, and I always just kind of liked his brand. So. It's nice to finally, now that everybody's doing Zoom chats and all of these, streaming things, all of those interviews that you would have wanted to get in person before, you can just do them over the chat now, and it's just as amazing. So thank you for, coming on the show. So anyways, fans, welcome to Hoops and Brews. It's your boy TPJ. As always, you can find me on Twittergram, on Twitter and Instagram at RealTPJ. That's ReelTPJ. It's a film joke. If you don't get it, you damn dummy. And as always, on Hoops and Brews, we drink beer and we talk about basketball. So I actually do have the intro. I'm gonna let that intro ride right now.
Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roll up this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Yeah. Roll up this, you pullin', now you know.
All right. Okay. So now I had to get that intro in. So we're back. Pavy will be here in a second. I guess he, was a little delayed. But anyways, I appreciate the homie X Chase Money for coming through and talking basketball. So let's go ahead. Let's actually talk it. Go ahead and talk basketball. You say you're getting used to watching basketball on your television. How do you feel about the NBA scrimmages? Everything that you've been, seeing from there. Are you interested in what's been going on in the scrimmages, or are you kind of, checked out of the season right now?
I'm not checked out. I'm just not as engaged as I would be if it was like a normal season. I mean, it's just something we're gonna have to get used to with the new format and the not having like the fans there and just seeing like all the intensity and all that. I guess I didn't really know how much that impacted the game until they weren't there. I mean, the scrimmages, it's fine. I guess we're gearing up to actually get the playoffs and everything started. So. I mean, I gotta probably give me about another week or so, and I'll really know then if I'm really into it.
Okay, yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, I've been, I'm actual reporter, so we report on the games and we cover the Clippers, as media, as well as we cover the Sparks. But honestly, we cover the whole NBA as media because really, now with all this COVID stuff, I mean, you know, they send you everybody's videos after the games. So if they play in the Wizards, you're going to get some Clippers and some Wizards videos because they're trying to, you know, promote the league, you know, very heavily. So it's been interesting to kind of see how everything is happening. But for me as a reporter, life is a little easier. It's just, you know, times are a little odd because, you know, we cover a West Coast team. So now that everything is East Coast, like sometimes it'll be press conferences at 6:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually they would have practice. If they have practice, it's, you know, somewhere around like 12 or 10 o'clock in the, in the morning versus 6:45. I remember, you know, it was an accidental typo and it said 3:45 a.m. I wasn't even upset. I was like, well, I guess they must got a game at 9. So they got to, but then it wound up being a typo. But still, it's kind of wild to see just kind of, you know, the environment that it is right now. And even how different it looks with no fans. Supposedly they're going to have, fans, you know, and give fans the opportunity to really be able to kind of join in, like you kind of do your videos where you green screen in and then they're going to put the fans in on a virtual board.
Really?
So I think that, they're going to do that and have them in the background. And I guess, you know, they're going to be the crowd noise. It's going to be like 300 and your face is hilarious, bro. Your face is hilarious.
Why even do that? Like, what is that?
I mean, they trying to like create a new experience and create something that's going to be immersive. They really want to mimic the real thing. But the funny part is the NFL talking about coming back with fans. They just like, we don't care, bro.
Yep. It's a terrible idea. You're contributing to it because, you know, like with all this stuff happening, I was talking to my guys the other day. Like my sister actually got it. She got it.
Oh, okay.
She's doing good, but I think this is like week 3 or 4, and she's still recovering from like the exhaustion and all that kind of stuff. But she's active and everything. She didn't have to like go to a hospital and like stay overnight or nothing like that. But like she doesn't know where she got it. She's not really been out. So when I see all these, these people talking about having fans at stadiums and all that, I'm just like, that's just not a good idea right now. It's not.
Yeah, I agree. So welcome Pavy to the show. Pavy is here, man. What's up, Pavy? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show, bro.
Looks like he had a long night.
Nah. Yes, but no. Chase, what's up, man? How you feeling?
What up? I'm chilling, bro.
Yes, but no.
Nah, I didn't even go anywhere. I was like up, like just like catching up on like a lot of music, honestly.
No, okay. All right. What kind of music was you catching up on?
Like younger music. So like like Future has been on like underground Atlanta run, which is like low key crazy.
Future,
I like a whole bunch of new Future songs. I was checking out like some Lil Durk that like I hadn't heard, listening to Polo G, just like a lot of just like underground stuff that I hadn't heard. Just checking it out.
That's interesting. But all right, we talking NBA scrimmages. Chase said he's not really feeling what's going on with the scrimmages right now. How you feeling about it? What do you think about what you've been seeing so far?
I'm gonna keep it G with you. I've watched maybe a half of one scrimmage, 2 halves. I watched like the Lakers Magic scrimmage. I watched like up until they set LeBron and them down, and then like a little bit afterwards because Dion was playing. Like I want to see what Dion does, and I watched like the Clippers Magic scrimmage. Other than that, I have literally not watched a single scrimmage.
So, what's your anticipation for the season?
I mean,
it's Thursday basically.
I mean, like right now, like I'm not like wildly excited about it. Reason being, just because like it's not a new season; it's like continuing the old one, and it's been off for 4 months.
You got that Nelly connection right now.
Who, me?
Yeah, it sounds like it. You hear that, or is that just me?
I
heard the auto-tune. He was singing.
Yeah, exactly. Cut the tune off.
But no, like I'm not like wildly excited for it, but I'm sure like once the season actually really starts and they start playing like the actual guys, the actual minutes that they're supposed to play, my excitement level will probably jump up. But some of these teams, I'm never watching the Wizards game. I'm not watching.
Not rocking. Yeah. Hey, look. Somebody look. I said if the Nets win the game in the bubble, that I was gonna shave my head. Somebody sent me that the other day. I'm like, hey, this is a scrimmage. That don't count. I want to see them win a real game, a real actual live basketball game where everybody actually want to play the whole game. They're not gonna win no game, man. Come on. Even the Oklahoma City, like I've been watching the scrimmages, trying to, kind of get back into the mood for basketball. And even OKC when they were playing today, like they were down by like 20 something, and then they wound up coming back and winning that game. And Andre Roberson would like hit some threes. I'm like, man. This is gonna be some. Hey, I might wind up having to shave my head for real because the Nets go win us some fluke stuff against the Lakers or something.
Yep.
Jamal Crawford go for 45 versus LeBron. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
When does the season actually start?
Thursday.
Okay.
It starts Thursday. So on Thursday, we actually get some real live actual NBA basketball, Lakers, Clippers, and Jazz Pelicans. Zion won't be able to play in the first game, but he is going to come back. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff. I think the bubble is very interesting in terms of what's going on, you know, right now, especially with, you know, kind of, I think it's starting to turn into Snitchville. And, you know, I will say this. I'm not going to blame Jack Harlow, but I'm also going to not blame Jack Harlow because now Lou Williams is stuck in the crib for a whole 10 days. 10 days. He can't leave that room for 10 days because he broke quarantine to go to a funeral. And then the rapper Jack Harlow actually posted Lou Williams at Magic City with him. So interesting. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about that? You just spoke about your sister, Chase. What do you think about it?
I mean, if I'm Jack Harlow, like you should not take a picture. Like his business is on him. Like I get that finally run into like an NBA player I wanted to meet. So I'm just taking the picture. I'm not thinking about all of that. We don't even know how much he knows about all the rules and stuff like that. But at the same time, like he should kind of have an idea what's going on. I feel like if he didn't catch him, somebody else would have caught him though. I don't think he'd have made it all the way back to the ball getting caught.
Yeah, and actually Doc Rivers spoke about this yesterday. I'm gonna play his clip where he talks about it, and then I want to hear your thoughts on it.
So what do you know about that? What can you share with us about Lou Williams and his journey right now?
Well, I can't share much with his journey because I wasn't on that journey with him.
Neither was I.
But he's back here, I can tell you that much. And, you know, obviously those got out, and that's something that we obviously didn't enjoy seeing or like.
So, I mean, Lou was catching all kind of heat, all kind of jokes on Twitter yesterday. It was going crazy. He actually kind of was just like, yo, just let the memes be what the memes are. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because if he left to go to a funeral, like I can't go to a restaurant, I can't go grab some wings, G. Like for real, if I'm Lou Will, dead ass. If I'm Lou Will, I can't go grab some wings, G. Yeah, you mean to tell me I can't go grab no wings, G?
He could have went to a place that was a little bit more like undercover. Like he went Magic City.
Yeah, but the strip club ain't even open though. The strip club ain't open. But the strip club part of Magic City ain't open though.
Yeah, but that's still a high profile place. Like that wasn't really smart on his behalf to go in there. He should have went to the little hood spot or something on the corner. Got a little deli sandwich.
He Lou Will. They gonna know who he is at that hood spot. No, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You could have went to Harold's, bro. First of all, this is Atlanta. There are so many places to get some wings at in Atlanta, Georgia. You did not have to go to Magic City.
Also, why, bro? He got his own wing flavor.
Also,
that's gonna be there when the season's over.
Huh?
Also,
wings is gonna be there.
Why did you take the picture with Jack Harlow? Why?
I mean, because he a fan.
Yeah,
he a fan.
Just say nah, bro. I can't take this right now. Like I can't do that.
Gee, you can take the picture. You don't think he gonna post the shit on the internet?
I mean, if you don't tell the internet.
No, but he said, "Yo, don't post this. I'm gonna get in trouble." He said, "I'll post it after." Like, yeah, maybe
I should have told him. Hey, fam, I'm gonna need you to hold it down. You can't post that until like wait a week. Like if you wait a week, then I'm playing already. It ain't nothing to talk about. Am I lying?
I mean,
I'm playing already. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Nah, I mean, I think Lou had any ill intent. He probably just wanted, but it's like you could have picked a different place to go get some food at, and you got sitting there for 10 days.
Hold up. He said it was a funeral?
No. He did go to a funeral.
Who don't eat after the funeral? Why he getting wings?
Thank you.
Why is he getting wings when you eat after the funeral? He made that wing story up, yo. There's no way. They got everything after the funeral.
He literally got his own wing flavor at Magic City, though.
Man, if you went to a funeral, man.
What has Lou Will done at Magic City to get his own wing flavor that is permanent?
I mean, what do you think he done at Magic City to get his own wing?
What has Lou Will done at Magic City to get his own wing flavor that is permanently on the menu? Shout out Lou Will, man.
Hey, the name of this
Lou
episode,
Will, man.
Hey, the name of this episode is gonna be "What Did Lou Will Do?"
What's the name of the wings?
They called like Lou Will lemon pepper wings.
Yo, first of all, them shit's probably fire. Number one, they're probably fire.
Oh my god, I'm
probably fire.
Bro. I'm on the flow, dog. That is hilarious, bro. You said, what did he do? What
have you done? How much money have you spent over time that they gave you your own wing flavor?
Have you not heard Meek Mill House Party?
Yes, I have. ATL Lou Willville.
Okay, then. So don't disrespect Lou Willville.
Legendary Lou.
G. Don't disrespect Lou Willville, G. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know. You know. Don't play that bad. That's hilarious,
Legendary
though.
Lou.
But I mean, I do think that it's very interesting to see how like guys have been able, have been kind of, made to go back into protocol. I like it though. I think that the NBA, this is what they should have done. You know what I mean? Like this is the stance you have to take, especially as you just talked about it. If you're trying to actually create an environment in which you want everybody to feel safe, like you can't go out and get lemon pepper wings after the funeral. And it's not even so much you went to go get the lemon pepper wings, G. It's just the optics, G. You just have to think about the optics. The optics of it look bad, right? It does. It looks bad. It's not like because the story is not going to be that he went to a funeral. The story is going to be that he went to a strip club to get wings, even though the strip club might not have, you know what I mean? It might not have nothing, it ain't nothing going on in the strip club right now, obviously. But that's not going to be the story. The story is going to be you being at the strip club. So, like, if you Lou Will, you got to think about that a little bit harder, man. And I'm not mad at him about it. Huh? What you mean?
Are we sure? Hold on, wait. Are we sure that the strip club ain't open in Atlanta? Because I've seen videos from Atlanta. Atlanta is open. So are we sure that there ain't no strippers working right now? Are we 1,000% sure that there are no strippers working right now? Because I've seen video from Atlanta. Atlanta is open. Open.
I don't know if we can be 100% sure about that. But I'm trying to get Lou Will the benefit of the doubt here.
No, I'm sure Lou Will did go for food. You could have picked a different place, Lou. You really could have picked a different place, Lou. You have to think about how that potentially looks. I'm with you. Yes, NBA did do the right thing. You can't let somebody go. They say it was going to a funeral, then found out at a strip club of all places, the most sanitary place to begin with, and then be like, oh, okay, you can sit in the room 3 days and just walk outside. Like, nah, bro, you gotta sit down, G. Sit down for 10, bro. You gotta make sure you all the way good.
The best part about that whole thing was you saying not the most sanitary of places to be.
It's not the most sanitary of places to be.
To be fair, he did go there to get food.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I'm just saying, to be fair, he did go there to get food.
Man, that was he had that to fall back on. Like that was his plan. Like, when we're gonna go over here, and if they catch me, I'm gonna say
if they catch me.
That's a bold ass place to go to.
He probably did go for food, but like, where did you eat food?
But what did you what?
Did you eat the food?
He sat in there ate.
He ate. He sat there and ate. That's probably why Jack Harlow went up to the man and asked for a picture.
Exactly.
Why'd it have to be like Jack Harlow?
Huh?
It had to be Jack Harlow too. It could have been anybody. He got busted with Jack Harlow. That's tough. Jack, you just got in here. You doing this?
But yeah, man,
oh my god, bro!
Shout out, Lou. But Lou really, that's on Lou, man. That's on Lou.
I agree. That's definitely on Lou. But that's funny as hell. But before the season started, obviously the Milwaukee Bucks were on a tear. So what do you guys think about the Bucks? Do you think that they're going to make the finals? They've been killing it right now in the scrimmages. How do you feel about what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks? Chase, go ahead. How do you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, if they don't make the finals, I'll kind of be surprised.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you seen what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then even last year, like, they made a ridiculous amount of 3-pointers in the playoffs last year. And, threes were kind of running basketball for the last however many years. So I don't know. I mean, I if they don't go to the finals, I'll kind of be surprised.
Yeah, if they don't go to the finals, I'll be surprised. Even if kind of you talking about the threes. I mean, even if you look at the amount of threes that they've made this year and the shooters that they have this year are way better than the shooters that they had last year. Yep. Like they got Kyle Korver and Wesley Matthews. Kyle Korver's off the bench. Wesley Matthews is out there starting, shooting arrows at people after he making threes. I think George Hill proved last year he could actually, step up when they needed him to and make some threes. I think the biggest question mark for me, about the Bucks is Eric Bledsoe. I worry about Eric Bledsoe because he's their only, real Achilles heel to me. How do you feel about that, Pavy? What do you think?
I worry about Chris Middleton. I think a real key to this team is Chris Middleton continuing to play that he's put forth all season.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's basically having a 50, 40, 90 season. That's not a regular.
Mm-hmm.
We just walk in here every day and have 50, 40, 90 seasons. And that's one of the reasons why they've been so dominant. Again, I'm sorry. I worry about Giannis's game in the half court. We'll see, but I still worry about Giannis's game in the half court when the game super slows down and it's time to manufacture a bucket. But Chris Middleton, who's a 50, 40, 90 guy. So even if Giannis's game hasn't taken that step yet, if Chris Middleton is still going to be that 50, 40, 90 guy, then that don't really even matter. With that being said, I do still think the Bucks still make the finals, but I have been keeping up with the scrimmages.
Hey, Pavy, I'm not even trying to be rude. Look, just log out, restart your browser, and log back in because you definitely got the T-Paid. When I pull up to the club, they be like, damn, 28.
He thought he was unsynced and everything.
Hey, man, Pavy had on a computer love Roger Troutman filter.
Yes,
go ahead, Pavy. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, like I said, well, do you want me to repeat the whole thing or just say what I said again? Well, okay. Anyway, now I have been keeping up with some of the scrimmages. There are a couple of teams that do look interesting. The Sixers are a team. Yes. The Sixers look a little bit interesting. They look interesting. Ben Simmons at the 4. TBJ, you might be right. Ben Simmons might be one of the best 4s in the league.
Ben Simmons is going to be better than LeBron.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, he's going to be better than LeBron.
Nah.
He's going to be better than LeBron. He's going to be better than LeBron.
But
he's going to be better than LeBron.
How soon?
Huh?
How soon?
I give him about 2 years because he just changed positions. Before I thought he was going to be better than LeBron as a point guard, but I think that he is incapable of playing the point guard until he becomes a better shooter. I think maybe 3 years from now he might go back to the point once he gets more comfortable shooting. But I do think that he's probably the most formidable power forward in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I mean, he looked great, and then also bringing Horford off the bench, like you talk about, and I mean, even having bodies for Giannis. You got Embiid who could guard Giannis. You got Horford who's shown success. Now, granted, he's a little bit older now, but he's shown success guarding Giannis.
Hey, Pavy, hey, just like restart your whole browser and restart your Wi-Fi and let's try this again because you just sound like you're like a robot voice. So we just gonna talk and tune back in. Sorry, my bad, but literally he was like nah. But I don't even know what we was talking about.
Sixers.
Oh yeah, about 7. Yeah, how do you feel about that? Because you do a lot of like 2K creative player kind of style type stuff. What do you think about kind of Ben Simmons, and what do you think about in terms of like, because I know that you used to do like full like my career type of simulations. Yes. Yeah. Like I know you used to do that. Like, what do you think about kind of his prototype, and what do you think he needs to work on to be better than a guy like LeBron? Because if you look at him defensively, he's arguably one of the best defensive players in the league, but offensively in terms of scoring, he has been able to put it together. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't know. LeBron has. You talking about like Miami LeBron?
I'm talking about. I think Ben Simmons can be better than LeBron. Period.
Really?
I think he can.
That's a lot of. That's a big burden to put on a player.
Not really, because of the fact that Ben Simmons is a superior rebounder and probably a superior passer than LeBron, or an equal passer to LeBron. But he's definitely a better rebounder. His teams are already better than LeBron's teams are. So all he has to do is just win. But the biggest problem with Ben Simmons to me has always been his mental part. You know what I mean? Like, can he actually show up when I need him to? Will he be able to take, that three? Like, he had to go to a sports psychologist just for him to get more comfortable shooting the three ball. And I'm not upset at him for having to go and talk to someone about becoming more comfortable shooting the basketball, but it's also like, bro, just play. Just play.
I'm uncomfortable with that. This dude has been playing basketball since he was probably real little, and he was scared to shoot the ball. There's this Instagram. You probably seen it. You see that Instagram account?
Which one?
It was the Instagram account. It was called like 3-Point God.
Yeah.
And literally the summary of the account said, I'm going to post the same screenshot of Ben Simmons until he makes a three. And for like 2 years, every day, if you go, I don't think the account's still active anymore, but if you go on that account, it was just a big Ben Simmons with a big smile on his face every day until he made one. I mean, he's going to have to get more comfortable shooting.
I don't see it, but yeah.
He has a whole lot of other tools. Obviously, he's still young. He's still learning and a lot of stuff like that. And then I know, like, I gotta find that stat, but there was like some numbers that some guy pulled about LeBron outside of 5 feet, and it was worse than I thought it was, actually. So I mean, if LeBron was able to dominate for all this time by basically scoring within 5 feet, I don't see why Ben Simmons can't, but he has to shoot the ball. Like anytime you get the ball and people will just like step back and let you. It's a problem.
He's already hit 1 3 in scrimmage though. He's already hit.
I seen that.
He already hit a 3 in scrimmage though. So he's trying.
He's trying, but like it's a scrimmage. Like, is he ready to do that with 8 seconds on the clock? You know what I'm saying? Now people might say, "Well, LeBron's not ready either."
Hell no, he ain't ready to do that.
He ain't ready to do that. But I mean, LeBron will at least he'll at least shoot the ball. Like he'll take.
Here come Pavy. Let's get it. Pavy, what's up? What's good, bro?
Do I sound any better, or is it still?
Let's give it a minute. You sound way better. Yeah, let's give it a minute.
Give it a minute.
But go ahead. Continue.
No, I was just saying. So that was. I mean, that's pretty much. It's really early. That shooting has to get better because you can't. I cannot. I mean, I know LeBron's not like the greatest shooter, but he can shoot when he has to. And he has a what is he in threes in the playoffs? LeBron
number 1.
He's number 1.
Yeah,
he's number 1 in threes made during the playoffs.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, that's just because he's played a lot of games.
I know I definitely understand that. He's probably played more games in the playoffs than most of the people, if not all the people on that list. But still, that still says that he'll shoot the ball. Ben Simmons ain't shooting that ball, man. He ain't gonna shoot it.
I mean, but even though we did hear Ben Simmons went to a sports psychologist to like try to
I just talked about that. What do you think about that, Pavy? What do you think about going to a sports psychologist to shoot threes better?
Great. If anything can make you better at your craft, go ahead and do it. I mean, people was like laughing at it, but hey, like if the team tells him that that's what they need from him to be a better team, and he wants to take all the steps to get better, go ahead. And you talk about somebody who having no fans might help him. I think Ben Simmons is actually a guy. You know, because you shoot a 3 and you airball in front of a stadium full of 20,000 fans, and you know everybody. It kind of becomes like a damn near like a Make-A-Wish kid thing. Like, oh, I hope Ben makes it, and then you kind of get embarrassed. Like people have egos, and you kind of get embarrassed. Now you out there with no fans, and it's just you and your team.
I'm just gonna say this for those out there that may potentially overreact to that. No, it is not like a make. You can't. Come on, G. No, that's the Ben Simmons missing a 3 is not like a Make-A-Wish kid.
But if he make one, it is.
No, but like that's literally how people treat it, bro. Remember in the preseason when like Ben Simmons shot that 3 and the whole crowd was like, "Oh, Ben!" And the crowd was like, "He made it!" Like he hit a fucking finals game winner. Like I would assume, you know, guys have egos. Like to me, I would think if you are comfortable doing something, that would make you more uncomfortable doing it because it's kind of like it puts you on the spot and kind of makes it a kind of an embarrassing and moment for you. So that's probably also why you had to go see a sports psychiatrist because it's like literally a running joke that he don't shoot threes. Literally a running joke. Can you imagine going into a game 6 in Milwaukee and pulling up for 3?
I mean, so what? Do it.
No, man.
So what? Do it.
Man.
Do it. He can't get what you mean.
He's gonna be able to do this now, given the circumstance that they in, because they're gonna need that kind of stuff now.
He's more comfortable with it. I think he's more comfortable with it.
Pulling up.
I mean, I don't think he need to go out there and shoot like 10 threes a game, but if you wide open from the corner, shoot it, bro. You wide open from the corner. Shoot it.
He's going to shoot it. I don't think he's going to shoot it.
He'll shoot it. He'll shoot like 1 or 2. He'll shoot
and if you don't make that 1 or 2, that's it. it's all predicated on the first couple shots.
I think Ben Simmons has to become a player that has to become a deadly, player from that range. I think if he's not going to be a player that's going to at least at the minimum be able to give you 2 to 3 attempts a game from 3, then he's not going to be any good. I said the same thing about Giannis for years, and I've been saying this to Pavy. I'm like, I need Giannis to shoot 3, 4, 5, threes a game in order for the defense to respect him. Pavy was like, nah, I just need him to get better in the post. I'm like, yeah, but they just gonna back off him, and then he got to shoot it. You even see every time Giannis misses a 3 now, NBA Twitter love posting the clip of it, but they never post clips when he's swishing them.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
When he hit all Milwaukee, on the Lakers.
The Milwaukee Bucks post them, them clips.
When
not
he hit
NBA
them threes
Twitter.
on the Lakers, that was all. When he hit them threes on the Lakers and then did the whole crown thing, that was all on the internet. Yes, it was.
Of course, they're going to post those ones.
First of all, nobody watches Bucks games in general.
Well,
for the most part, nobody watches the Bucks play basketball unless they playing like the Lakers or they playing like on primetime television. Nobody's busting down doors to watch the Bucks. They just aren't. Right.
I mean, I can't argue with you on that. I have nothing to say about that.
Just aren't, yo. Like that's why nobody posted. Nobody's watching the games. Nobody busts down doors to watch the Bucks.
I mean, which is unfortunate because I think that they are a team that's actually very exciting to watch. I just think that the location of where they're at, kind of just lends to that. Because if I'm looking at the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, their style of basketball reminds me of like if the Phoenix Suns ran their offense. But if Steve Nash was Giannis,
yeah, but like they also had Amari dunking on people every game, but like dunking.
I mean, what do you think Giannis Antetokounmpo does? Yeah. He jumped over a man in the garden.
Yeah.
He literally jumped over a man in the garden.
I feel you. But have you? But like, bro, do you remember what Amari did to Chris Kaman?
Yeah.
You remember what Amari did to whoever it was from Golden State? I think it was.
But Amari ain't jump over nobody though.
He didn't jump on nobody, but I like Amari dunks much more than Giannis dunks.
Question. So everybody does this thing. It's like, well, so-and-so will be good if they develop a jump shot. How many times has that actually happened? Somebody was a really great player with all these tools, but they were missing that.
Blake. I think Blake developed
Blake, that's a good example.
Decent jump shot.
Giannis too.
Who else has developed a decent jump shot over the years? Jason Kidd.
100%. He came. I feel like he came out of nowhere too.
He couldn't shoot, and then later on in his career, he developed. I mean, like it happens. I think a 3-ball is one of those things that you can develop over time. Just practice really hard, bro. So you won't ever be a great shooter, but I think that you can be respectable.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. But all right, cool. What I want to talk about is Zion Williamson. I want to talk about Zion Williamson and what's going on, kind of in New Orleans with the Pelicans. What are you guys' thoughts on, what's going on with the Pelicans? Zion's back in the bubble now. What are your expectations for Zion as a player? Do you like Zion as a player? Chase, what do you think?
I never try to be too big on the young guys when they first come in. I kind of want to let them, get in place and stuff before I start doing that. So, I mean, there's still some stuff I need to see because he was out for like a family event.
Yeah.
I haven't had, he had the injury and stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot, but it's exciting to watch for sure. But I don't know, man.
What are you expecting from them in the playoffs? I mean, well, if they make it, honestly, looking at these scrimmages, they really need to just say that they're going to reseed the playoffs, man. Yes, no. Who's going to watch Bucks versus Nets? The Nets are going to make the playoffs. There's nothing they can do to miss the playoffs. Who's watching that? Who's watching Bucks Wizards?
I mean, who watched Moke's 1-8 seed?
Bro, but imagine if it was Bucks versus Pelicans because the Pelicans had the 16th seed.
And the Bucks watch the Pelicans.
Okay, so what? But that's still exciting for the league. That's great for TV. If it's the Raptors versus the Blazers, that's a great series for TV.
I kind of don't want them to reseed the playoffs personally.
I want them to reseed the playoffs. I don't want to see the world does not need to see 4 games of Milwaukee versus Washington.
Yeah, but you don't want to automatically just put them up against teams for ratings so they can get blew out and be out of here. Like it has to be.
Why not? That's what they're doing all of this for ratings. I mean, that's
true, but I mean, Like, I mean, I don't really want to watch two bad teams play necessarily, but I don't want to see somebody who has no chance just get blew out and it looks like it's fixed, because that's when they really going to start the league's fixed talk. We've all seen that.
It's not going. I mean, ain't nobody going to just be getting blown out to the point where people going to think it's fixed. I think what people need to really, really understand is that this is about entertainment, and if you want entertainment, the Brooklyn Nets are not entertaining to watch. The Washington Wizards. Oh my God! Go ahead.
I think I mean, we've even seen Karis LeVert doing scrimmages. Karis LeVert, he might average the 22. I don't know what we bet on that. He's averaging the 22. I don't know what we bet. Karis LeVert averaging 22. Yes, he is. He's averaging 22.
We bet I think we bet. I don't know what we bet on. Somebody go back and find that video. Somebody go back and find that Karis LeVert bet that we had and let me know what that was. And then we'll go from there. Go ahead.
There is nothing to stop him from averaging 22 points. So I think the Brooklyn Nets have some players that can, at least you can cut it on and be like, oh, at least this looks cool. Now, again, I'm not busting down the walls to watch Brooklyn Nets games at all. Mm-hmm. But, like, if it's Nets, Bucks, round one, I'll watch. Like, I'll cut it on because I'll cut it on. I'm not busting down the walls to watch them. I just like the historical context of certain things. Like, I like the fact, you have those kind of like division rivalries or those conference rivalries that's been long standing. You can go back and let's say if it's, I don't know if it's the Bulls Pistons thing. I was like this year, but that long standing rivalry that you had, or a Bucks Sixers. That's the thing that's even happening.
Yeah, but you don't think that watching a Pelicans versus Bucks series would be way more entertaining?
That's cool, but
who cares? Who cares about the seeding? They're all in the same place. It's no home court advantage.
That's cool, but me, I'm a person. I actually do like the historical context of some things. So I like the fact you have Eastern Conference and Western Conference.
Yeah, but this ain't a normal playoff anyways, because they allow them to play in games. So it's not like it's the same historical context.
But I do like the play-in games. The play-in game is something that I hope continues. I think the play-in game should stay. I like the concept of a play-in game. I'm just not a person who I want to reseed the whole playoff, because I do enjoy keeping some of the same historical context that we've always had. But the play-in game is something that I do actually like that idea. I think doesn't baseball do it? Doesn't baseball have a play-in game?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the play-in game is cool. It raises it raises the stakes, and you've seen them unofficially. Like I remember the Nuggets and T-Wolves had that play-in game, a couple years ago. Or even when Russ hit that 3 on the Nuggets and sent them home. That was kind of sort of a play-in game for the Nuggets. So you've seen them, they just weren't official. I think that's something that brings excitement. I would like to see that continue. But as far as completely reseed the playoffs, I don't think I want to do that.
What you think about it? You don't think that they should reseed it at all? Honestly, you say you don't want to watch the scrimmages right now. You want to watch the Brooklyn Nets get blown out by 30 in all 8 of them games? Actually, I'm finna look up the Brooklyn Nets schedule right now. I really want to see what's going on in terms of their schedule. Let's see. NBA schedule. The Brooklyn Nets. Let's see. NBA schedule. All right. So the Brooklyn Nets, they play home against the Orlando Magic. Who wins that game?
Magic.
All right. Then they play. Hold on one second. Okay. So Magic. Okay. Huh?
Wizards Nets
after that. Why is this taking me to the NBA schedule? I'm sorry. I'm on NBA.com trying to find the actual net schedule. But go ahead. Read the Nets. I'm sorry. Read the games off for me.
It's Wizards Nets after that. That is going to be the battle of impunity.
Oh no! I might have to shave my head. Damn. Damn! I didn't know they played the Wizards.
They played the Wizards.
I said on my show that if the Nets won the game, I was gonna shave my head. I didn't know they played the Wizards. Damn.
Get ready.
Then it's Nets Bucks after that. Then it's Nets Celtics after that. Then it's Nets Kings. Actually, the Nets might win a few games. Honestly,
the Nets not beat the Kings.
They'll probably beat the Kings.
The Nets are not going to beat the Kings.
They'll probably beat the Kings.
They're not
Nets
beating
Clippers. Then it's Nets Magic. The Nets low key might win 3 games, bro. Not even lying. Then it's Nets Blazers. The Nets dead literally might win 3 games, bro. Not even joking. Not a Wizards aren't going to win anything. But the Nets might win 3 games.
Let's go double or nothing on that Karis LeVert bet. I bet you that the Nets won't win more than 2 games. Ooh. And I also bet you at the same time, because I think we either put a 6-pack or I think we put a bottle on it. It don't matter what it is. You can choose what it is. Okay, a 6-pack or a bottle.
Okay, so Nets win more than 2 games. No. 2 games.
He said more than 2 games.
More than 2. They got to win more than 2. They got to win more than 2 games. You said Karis LeVert is going to average 22 in the season. I don't know if I'm going
more than 2. I will say 2 games.
I say nah. I said more than 2
games. 2 games.
And Karis LeVert not going to average more than 22. He's averaging 17.7 right now.
He's going to average 22 points.
How? He got 8 games.
Where's the 22 coming from?
It's 8 games.
No. I mean, he's going to average 22 over these 8 games.
No, we didn't say 22 in the bubble.
That's what I meant. What do you mean? That's what I meant. What you mean? I mean, he going to average
for the season.
What?
When did y'all make the bet?
I thought we made this bet before the season.
No, we made the bet before the bubble started. I was saying LeVert is gonna average 22 in the bubble, not for the whole season. In the bubble.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying for the whole season.
No.
Okay. I thought you were saying for the whole season.
No. I'm saying he's gonna average 22 in the bubble.
Then never mind. I thought you were saying for the whole season. Then never mind.
Of course not. Nah, he got to average like 50 a night for him to get to 22 for the whole season.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. What are you talking about?
No.
22 in the bubble.
He's gonna average 22 in the bubble. Probably like 24.
Man, no, he won't. He won't average 24.
Okay.
He won't average. Go ahead. Let's do it then.
It's better then.
All right. Okay, fine. Look, how about this? We go 24 in the bubble.
Okay.
And we go 2 games for the Nets.
Okay, that's cool.
So if Karis LeVert averaged 24
per
game, and the Nets win
2 games. Yep, let's do it.
I owe you 2 bottles.
Let's do it. Same here. Let's do it.
All right, okay, cool. All right, cool. Done. It's done.
Let's do it.
It's done. It's done. Get ready to pay up.
24.
You're gonna have to average 24 if they're gonna win 2 games. Who else shooting the ball in Brooklyn? Who?
Jamal Crawford. Shout out to JC.
Gee, how many shots you think Jamal Crawford gonna literally take every night?
I mean, shit, who else is there to shoot the ball?
LeVert.
24.
Yeah,
that's pretty high, man. I can't lie. I ain't want to mess y'all bet up.
You're doing good, though.
He can't get to 24. Who else shooting the basketball? Tyler Johnson gonna shoot?
Yeah, he ain't shooting. You tripping, bro.
Who you want to shoot the ball? Tyler Johnson or Karis LeVert?
Listen. This is how blasphemous for you. I mean, you are. First off, the bet started at 22 points per game, the initial one. You somehow let me convince you to go double or nothing and say that they was going to win 2 games and then up the original bet to 2 points.
Because I'm looking at their schedule. They literally might win 2 or 3 games. Their schedule ain't that. First of all, they play the Wizards. You should beat the Wizards. They better than the Wizards.
No. Rui Hachimura. Shout out to Rui. Rui Hachimura is going to run wild all over the NBA in terms of this little thing. Watch. Shout out to my guy Rui.
More than Karis LeVert?
Yeah. He ain't going to average more points, but I think he's going to have a better game in that game. I can't wait to watch that game. I cannot wait to watch that game. What day is that game?
Hold up. Then you
just 4th. I think the 4th.
That's two ass teams though. Like
it don't matter because now we got something on the line. Now we got something on the line because it's not happening. They're not winning. The Nets are not going to win the game.
And I bet you they beat the Kings.
They're not going to beat the Kings.
I bet you they beat the Kings. and I bet you that they beat the Magic one of these times.
You just keep doubling down on it.
I bet you.
So what? So that's 3 games.
That's not happening, bro.
I think they can win 3 games.
I think they can win. I think they'll win 2. I think they could win 3.
Their schedule ain't that bad, yo. It's not that bad. I'm looking at schedule like it's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad.
You tripping, bro. I'm not rocking with that. I'm not rocking with that at all. But let's go ahead. Let's talk some Lakers, man. LeBron looks good. LeBron looks very, very, very good, actually. Indeed, he looks very fast. He allegedly either said, "I'm the fastest man out here," or "I'm the best man out here." When they had their scrimmage the other day. Chase, what do you think about LeBron? How do you feel about LeBron and the Lakers? Do you think that the rest was good for him? Do you think that they're going to win? Who's your pick to win the ring? Do you think the Lakers are going to win the ring?
I do think the Lakers will win.
Really? Okay.
I mean, Lakers Bucks. Yeah. The rest of LeBron, like, there's a difference when you see certain players who have additional rest like that. So I expect him to play better. I mean, Anthony Davis honestly is going to probably really anchor most of the important stuff.
Mhm.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
he said he's the fastest player and all that though.
Yeah, like supposedly
I'm the fastest man or the baddest man out here.
Yeah.
They can't make out which one he said.
Okay, well, I mean, if he said, I also feel like they have some unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? With RIP Kobe and all that. So I feel like they're going to really try to win that for Kobe. So I think the Lakers will win.
In my opinion, I think they got a great shot. I can't say again. I can't say.
Actually, I was gonna say I wanted you to talk about what you think about that shot, but also you know you really want to see the Lakers. What are your thoughts about them?
They don't look bad. I think Dion Waiters gives them something that they've been missing. You know, even when he went for that ISO in the Magic game, which was a wildly egregious ISO. Like, it was an egregious ISO. Number one, he slipped mid-play, regained his balance, stepped back, and made the shot. But that's what they needed. They needed that kind of guy who, you know, sometimes they could just get a ball to him and be like, you know what? Hey, bro, figure this out and do something. And I think that Dion Waiters, like I said, gives them an aspect on offense that they hadn't had. Defensively, I think missing Avery Bradley does hurt. I think that he was kind of like their anchor on like the perimeter, but they still have KCP. I don't think KCP is bad. I think it's time for KCP to step up. I think KCP can play some defense. Now, granted, I think he may struggle against some of these quicker guards, and I think Bradley was a more suited to guard like a Dame Lillard or, you know, like a CJ McCollum. I don't really know who else has crazy guards in the West that they might end up playing first round. But yeah, I mean, I think that may be an issue, but I know AD, he even had shoulder problems. AD should be fully healed up. I mean, LeBron, I think when you get 3 months off at his age, obviously LeBron isn't the guy who I'm thinking is going to sit down and like not do nothing for 3 months. Even though it was 3 months off, I'm sure he kept himself in tip-top shape. Even you see in like the scrimmages, he seemed like he never stopped playing. The Lakers in general seem like they haven't stopped playing. They seem like they're still in like a good rhythm. I think that they communicate a lot over this layoff. And I want to see it. Like, I think that they have a great shot. Like, I'm not going to say for sure because I still think the Clippers are a better basketball team than them. But the Clippers, I think, have some question marks right now with the fact of they have so many people not there. And this has kind of been the same story that the Clippers have had all year with people not being there. And I wonder if at some point in time that will come back to bite them. And then like the Lakers more so have a little bit more consistency right now than what the Clippers have. And I also think that real quick, one last thing. I know people that hate on Rondo, but I think that they will in which they will miss Rondo. I think that Rondo is a guy who, if nothing else, he's a point guard and he can set the pace of the team. And I also think he is a guy who needs somebody to get him the ball in his spots to be successful. And the only other season that you would want to say is AD's best season, Rondo was there, assisting him along in New Orleans when they went to the second round and played. The Rondo was there.
Yeah.
So I think that at some point in time they will miss Rondo, but they look good so far.
Yeah, I think they do too. What do you think about kind of Rondo being out, Avery Bradley being out? Do you think that that's going to hurt them? I know you said that you picked them to win, but do you think that LeBron is going to be that much of the deciding factor? Like, I personally think that in order for the Lakers to win a championship this year, I think that if the Lakers are going to win a championship this year, then Anthony Davis has to be the best player on the floor for the Lakers.
Absolutely.
I don't think that LeBron can be the best player on the floor and the Lakers are going to win a championship. I think AD has to be the best player on the floor for the Lakers in order for them to be able to compete for a championship. So what are you expecting from LeBron in this playoffs then? You know what I mean? Like, how you feel about that? What are you expecting from LeBron in this playoffs? And also, do you think he's the MVP? Because that's part of it. No? Who's the MVP?
I mean, I have Giannis and Anthony Davis. I'm sure y'all have seen his numbers. His numbers are pretty damn good. So I agree with you. I do think Anthony Davis is going to need to be the best player on the floor. And if anytime LeBron is assisting somebody else, I feel like that's a shoe-in to win. Yeah. But the Clippers, I mean, that's really the matchup that I want to see more than anything.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, actually, let's talk about it. We just talked about the Lakers, in their health, and the Clippers in their health. Will the Clippers be healthy enough to win a championship this year? What do you guys think about it?
When I watched the first scrimmage, you know what, man? You might want to start Noah. I think you might actually want to start Joakim Noah. I think Joakim Noah
really?
No, man. Like I think Joakim Noah gives them a. Now, granted, obviously he's up there in age, but I think he gives them an aspect to their game that they didn't have. One, I don't think Joakim Noah has ever played with this much shooting before. I mean, when you look at the teams he's played with, like and obviously Noah's always been a good passing big, and I've watched Noah play like his whole career. I'm from Chicago, so I watched Noah play. But even that one, now granted, it was a scrimmage, and you always try not to overreact to a scrimmage because it was a scrimmage. But some things translate regardless. Some of the passes he made in that scrimmage, I don't think I ever seen Joakim Noah make before. Mostly because he never had that much space on the court. Like, you know, he would get the short roll, and Zubac on like the short roll usually makes the right decision. So shout out Zoo. I love Zoo. I think Zubac on the short roll usually makes the right decision. I think Noah will always make the right decision because Noah's been around a lot and Noah's seasoned. So I love what Joakim Noah brings to this basketball team, and I think that like that's one of the biggest additions. And I actually think, like I said, Joakim Noah should start. I really do. I think he should start. Now, does that mean Noah has to play 40 minutes? No. But I do think that he should start. I think you should start him and play him like 28 minutes. Or if he doesn't start, he should get the lion's share of the minutes in pivotal moments at the center position because of what he can bring to the game with his passing.
So you like there's a lot of defense in on the Clippers too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see how the matchups work out. Like, so who would you have guard who? If you was going Lakers versus Clippers, what would your matchups be?
I guess you got to put whoever your big is on Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is like the real issue. Like AD, the Clippers, in theory, have nobody to guard AD as long as AD doesn't decide to be fadeaway Davis and shoot fadeaway.
Call that man fadeaway Davis.
Fadeaway Davis. That's the only thing with AD. It's like, which is why I don't think you can win a ring with AD as your best player unless you play great, all-time great defense, or you have a LeBron playing to the level of a LeBron James. Because I don't think on offense, he's really good everywhere, but I don't think he's dominant on offense anywhere because of his play style. Like, you can get away with putting smaller guys on AD, and he's going to shoot fadeaways. And he might make 40 points on them fadeaways, but he's not really, like, putting pressure on you. Like, those fadeaways aren't fouling guys out. Like, if you got Shaq in the game, you got to foul that man, bro, or he's going to dominate his floor space. I don't think AD really dominates his floor space. So, in theory, the advantage that they should have.
I disagree with that. Anthony Davis. Whoa. I disagree with that because Anthony Davis take more free throws per game than LeBron do right now.
Yeah, but
what?
But hold on, wait. But also the thing about people would say with Bron playing point guard is Bron not dominating his floor space right now.
What does that mean?
He's not dominating his floor space. Like when he's not dominant in that area. Like for instance, when you talk about Bron playing point guard, right? You would say a Steph Curry dominates his floor space because of his shooting ability from that far out. You would say that he dominates that floor space. That's why you would say he's one of the greatest offensive players ever because he dominates that floor space from that far out.
I'm not gonna lie.
Perimeter floor space or
look at both of our faces. Both of our faces is like
I don't understand it where LeBron's not dominating floor space whenever he has
because the argument would be he's not that great of a shooter. So it's like and when you're playing a guard position, especially to be extremely successful, you do need to be a great shooter. So someone can make the argument that he's not dominating his floor space from the point guard position. You could make that argument if you wanted to make that argument. I think he's done a pretty good job this year at point guard. But you can make an argument if you want to that he's not dominating that floor space. I don't think Anthony Davis dominates his floor space. I think he shoots a lot of fadeaways. It works. He's very good at it, but I don't think he dominates his floor space. Defensively, he does, though, which is why I think if you build a team around defense, which kind of like the Lakers have, I think they're a better actually defensive team than they are offense, then it can work. But I'm saying I think the one advantage that they would have over the Clippers, they should have, is Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis has to take it upon himself to dominate offensively. As far as LeBron, I think LeBron will struggle against the Clippers for a whole series because of the bias that they can't throw at him. You talk about Kawhi. You talk about Paul George. You talk about Morris. You talk about even if you get switched on like the JaMychal Green, they got a lot of guys. And then you get to the rim. You got Noah down there. You got Trez down there. They got a lot of guys to throw at LeBron.
Wow. Okay.
Or even, or I know TBJ is gonna hate this, but even if LeBron playing point guard and you want to have Patrick Beverly just press him full court,
I mean, Patrick Beverly. Come on, man. I like Patrick Beverly, but people think he's a god because he's good on 2K. He's really good on defense, but I didn't see him get his ass waxed on numerous occasions.
Of course.
He's going to guard playoff LeBron.
Guard, no. I think he will. No, guard, no. I think he will annoy him. I didn't say he was going to stop him. I said I think he will annoy him. I think he can press him up court, take some energy off of him, like out of him, things like that, by just being annoying. Maybe you make Braun pick up an offensive foul. No, seriously, maybe you make Braun pick up an offensive foul.
I got mad respect for Pat Bev, but it ain't nothing on God's green earth Pat Bev can do to stop LeBron Ramon James when LeBron Ramon James don't want to be stopped.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say he was gonna stop him. I said annoy him. I didn't say nothing about. I said press him up court.
He ain't annoying nobody.
He can annoy him.
What is annoying LeBron gonna do other than make him mad?
Make him foul.
I've seen LeBron play annoyed, and it wasn't great.
Pat Bev is not annoying LeBron. In today's basketball, he's not. What do you mean? Why can't he? Because he's not big enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Pat Bev couldn't even annoy KD last year, which is the reason why KD was.
He did annoy KD. He did annoy KD. KD got tired of it. No, yes, he did. No.
And what happened when he got tired of it?
He went crazy.
50 on him.
He went crazy. But
50 on him. No set.
But I've said many times, KD going crazy wasn't the reason that the Clippers lost. The Clippers lost because they had no offense. That's why they lost, because Danilo was trash and Lou wasn't playing up to his standards. That's why they lost. KD having 50 is not why they lost at all. They could have survived with KD getting 50. You even said, Doc said, there's a way to win without Danilo and Lou giving us those 20 points, but it's hella hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's not happening. Doc knew it wasn't gonna happen. Doc knew that they caught lightning. He knew that they caught lightning in a bottle. Let's not act like.
Yeah, but if you put Kawhi on that team,
like the Clippers weren't extremely lucky. Yeah, but I said that last year. If you put him on the team,
agreed. So what I'm like saying about Pat Bev is KD going ballistic ain't the reason they lost that series.
There's also another guy that guarded LeBron, a whole bunch that that everybody somehow continues to neglect to mention. Paul George, I'm sorry, Chase. How you feel about Paul George?
Yo, Paul George is excellent. He has all the tools.
I think he has a potential to be the spoiler for Finals MVP this year if the Bucks play the Clippers. What do you think? How do you feel about Paul George? What do you think about his game? Do you think that he'll actually be able to step up? I think a lot of people don't think that he's, clutch and money enough in scenarios like this. What do you think?
Well, I don't know how clutch he is, but what did he finish last year in the MVP voting? 4, 5?
Third.
It was third.
Yeah.
I mean, he unfortunately plays in the league with the other two guys that was in there, but I think he is even though he finished third, I don't hear his name enough when people have conversations about like best all around players in the league, or at least like the guards.
Yeah.
He just like rarely ever gets mentioned except by the people who watch the games. Because now you have a lot of people, they don't really watch the games. They'll watch like the highlights and they'll read the stats. They're not actually watching the games.
Yeah,
Paul George is a beast.
Yep.
On both sides of the ball. So I would really love to see, that's what I'm saying, like Clippers and Lakers, that would really be like my finals to watch, to see like the kind of the strategies that they put in place. And I would really want to see Paul George and how he performs, versus like LeBron. Because I already know, what Anthony Davis and the other guys want to do, but I would want to see those two. I would want to see if Paul George can actually step up, in a series like that, to get to the finals.
Yeah. I think PG is a guy that doesn't get a lot of credit on this team, and I think a lot of it this year has been because he's been injured. But I think that when you look at his game and you look at the things that he actually does on the floor, if he is on, he is going to be a force for them. And I think that more than anything is like really, really huge for them, because I think that there will be games like you saw last night in the scrimmage when, Kawhi Leonard shot 3 of 16 and he just wasn't on. But the difference was last year on the Raptors, there was a guy like a Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry or Pascal Siakam or Marc Gasol or Serge Ibaka that could come and step up and fill in and kind of, be able to be there and make pivotal plays and score and do those things in those moments. This year, I don't know who those guys are going to be for the Clippers. I think that, I think after the first round of the playoffs, we'll know what kind of team they are. I think we will. I don't know what kind of team they are. Pavy, what kind of team are the Clippers? What team are they? What kind of offense are they? What is their identity? We don't know. And I think we won't know until after the first round of playoffs.
I think that their identity is defense. I think that defense is their identity. I mean, when you look at the guys,
I've watched them get torched a bunch of times.
That's the issue. And that is an issue.
So how is their identity defense when they're getting torched?
I think that like even like Doc has said many times, we're a good man defensive team, but we're working on we're good man to man. Like we have good individual defenders, but we're working on being a good whole defensive team. I think that with the people that they have, I think that their identity is defense. Even bringing in a guy like Noah, what is Noah most known for?
Defense.
I think that their identity as a team is defense. Now, whether they go out there and perform their identity every night, who knows? Because they also have the scorers that some nights they may think we can get away with not playing good defense because we have Paul George, because we have a Lou Williams, because we have a Trez, because we have a Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
But their identity should be every single night we gonna come in and you not gonna score.
I think they got too much offensive firepower for that to happen.
But even those people with offensive firepower, you can make an argument that the best thing those guys do is defense for the most part, outside of Lou Williams. Kawhi, what is he most known for? Now, over the years, he's become more offensive. But when you think about Kawhi Leonard historically, what you think about?
I think about defense, but this year I haven't been thinking about his defense because he's been so dynamic on offense.
That's the issue. He need to be that's
but you still got the second best record in the West, and by all intents and purposes to me, he got a chance this year to take it really easy.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think again to win a championship, I think they're gonna have to be the best defensive team in the league.
Yeah, I think we'll see. I think that's very, very interesting in terms of thinking about the Clippers. But I mean, I'm looking at their health, and their health to me isn't the biggest issue. Their biggest issue is what's their identity. If their identity is defense, then okay, cool. Then let's get to the defense. I want to get down to the defense and get to the nitty gritty. But I don't feel like we've done it at all this year with the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers have been largely a finesse team that scores a lot. I think they've largely this year been a pick and roll finesse team that runs a lot of ISOs on the wings. And I think that is the thing that even, Reggie Jackson has said, post game, it's not complicated to understand the kind of offense that, we run here. You just have to know something about basketball. I don't think they're running anything complex. They're a finesse team. That's how they play. That's really how they play. They play with finesse.
I think that in spots, you've seen them put forth the performances defensively that you hope they can consistently put together. You've seen it in spots. I forget what game it was when I asked PG, like, yo, was this the performance that you guys could be defensively? He was like, yeah, this was more like the team that we want to be every night defensively. So I think you've seen them in spots look scary defensively. But it just hasn't been
win. I don't see. Again, I mean, you say scary? Like when? When did they look scary?
You've seen it. You've seen it.
Look. No. I ain't seen it. No. Scary on defense? No. Yes. Now look. Off the top of my head, I can't go back and think of every time that they did, but I know they have because I've asked questions about it. I remember the questions I asked about it. I ain't asking for no reason. So I must have been up there like, yo, they look damn good defensively. Yeah, but against an elite team, what have you seen them done that's been crazy? Am I tripping? Am I tripping?
Well, who would be your example of scary defense?
You talking about in the NBA right now?
Yes.
The Bucks. Top to bottom, the Bucks. The Bucks arguably have 3 all NBA defenders on that team: Brook Lopez, Giannis, and Chris Middleton. And I'm sorry, not Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe. And Chris Middleton is not terrible on defense, but he's not good. He's not terrible. He's not terrible on defense, but I would say Brook Lopez, Giannis, and Eric Bledsoe are both. All 3 contenders for that. To me, like I'm looking at the Bucks and they have a formidable defense. I think the Lakers at times when Avery Bradley was out there and they were clicking on all cylinders, had a formidable defense. I don't know about the Clippers this year. The Clippers this year have a bunch of good individual team defenders, but they have not put together anything this year that has been any semblance of a team that I could go out there and say on night in, night out could be dominated defensively. I think even when you look at the Lakers game and when you look at the Bucks game that they had earlier, they attacked Lou Will on pick and roll when he's in the game. So defensively,
won one game against the Lakers.
Huh?
The Lakers beat them 2 other times, and I don't think the Lakers scored 100 points the first time either.
Huh?
And I'm not sure if the Lakers scored 100 points the first time.
Yeah, I understand that, but the Clippers have weak spots in their defense because I haven't seen them collectively do it. Like I said, you got a bunch of good individual defenders, but where is the collective defenders? Collectively, who are they defenders? I'm asking you. Like, I mean, other than Kawhi and PG, who's been playing good defense this year? Even PG ain't been.
Pat Bev's been playing good defense. Trez, even though
I think Pat Bev has been getting cooked.
Even though
Pat Bev kind of been getting cooked a lot.
Pat Bev always gets cooked, but it's his job to go out there and get cooked. It's his job to sometimes you're gonna get cooked, sometimes you're gonna annoy him and you're gonna have success. Sometimes you're gonna make him foul out, sometimes you're gonna get cooked for 40. Thing about Pat Bev is he's usually out there guarding the best perimeter player. So you gonna get cooked sometimes. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If you playing hard and he averages 36, he averages 36. So we cooking everybody. So if you held him to 36, you technically did your job. Because that's his average. Technically, you did your job. Dame averages 30, basically. If you hold him to 30, you technically did your job. Technically. Don't let him get 40.
Yeah, like that. Like that Charlamagne meme. Nah.
You did your job.
No.
Go
ahead, talk about it.
But if you're supposed to be a great defender, you're expected to hold people to below their scoring averages.
Exactly. Bill Russell ain't considered a great defender because he held Wilt to 58. He's a great defender because he held Wilt to 30 instead of Wilt getting 50.
Right. You read off Wilt numbers.
You're playing average.
You read off Wilt. No, hold on. You read off Wilt numbers. Relax. He's considered a great defender because he got those stops when it mattered. He might have scored 50 on them before then, but the last 2 minutes of the game, he might not have scored. That's why he considered a great defender. Not because he was out there locking up Wilt. No, that ain't what happened.
I mean,
Wilt was giving him drugs too. It just at the moments when it really, really mattered down the stretch, he might not have scored. That's what you hope for Pat Bev.
But
Harden might have gave you 34, but you hope in those last 2 minutes you made him travel. You made him pick up an offensive foul. You made him miss.
You were the goalpost with that one. I can't lie because you initially said if you hold him to the average, you did your job.
You did your job. I said, "I'm average. You did your job. He could have scored 36 the first quarter, and not scored.
How you're the one of the primary people, and you held him to what he already does.
Don't let him do more. He's great. Don't let him do more.
Why would I put him on you if you're going to just give him the average? I might as well just put any of this. I might as well save your legs and put this dude on you.
Because you think that, okay, in these moments when I need a stop, I know he's going to score. You can't stop these great offensive players from scoring, especially with the rules that people have now. It is impossible to stop them from scoring a basketball. But you hope that either one, his percentages aren't what they usually are. Like, don't let him give you 34 points on 50% shooting. You got cooked. If it's 35 points on 42% shooting, okay, we can talk. Also, you hope that in those moments when you need stops, they still step up and give you stops. So no, even though Pat Bev ain't been locking people down all year, I'm not gonna say Pat Bev has been less than hasn't been good defensively this year. I'm not gonna say that because he has. I don't think he's been some, he ain't been Gary Payton out there, but he's been good.
It's pretty good, but. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna give up 36, give up 36, I'm afraid that some of that 36 is coming in that fourth quarter when I need you to get a stop. So I'm not even gonna put you on this person.
I hear you, but again, like I'm saying, Pat Bev, even like a guy like Trez. Trez is great with taking charges. That's something that you at least have to be fearful of if you're a guard or if you're anybody coming down the lane. Trez has been great with taking charges all year. So I think that they again have the pieces that when they even having like a guy like Noah, especially in this type of environment when there's no crowd out there, you should hear Noah the whole game. The one thing I know about Noah is he's gonna talk and he's gonna communicate. So again,
really like Noah, huh?
On this team, yes. I hated Joakim Noah in college. Didn't like him with the Bulls. But even with what I saw from him in that scrimmage, I think he again brings a different aspect to this Clippers team that they haven't had.
Who they playing that scrimmage?
The Magic. Lynn, I don't want to overreact, but I'm just looking at some of the things that he did. Like again, getting the ball on the pick and roll and passing out and making the right decision, or just communicating. I'm talking about Noah right now.
I know what you're talking about, and I feel you, but I feel you, but I think that I feel you, but no.
What you mean?
It's go ahead.
What you mean? No,
go ahead. Keep talking.
That's what I had to say. Like I think they got the pieces to be a good defensive team.
I think they do, but I need to see it from them. So let's go ahead. Let's move on. Let's final topic: the Rockets. Can the Houston Rockets make the finals? How do you feel about them? What do you think? They can do in this NBA scrimmage. Go ahead, talk to the people, Chase. How you feel?
They're not making the finals. I say like them dudes. It's nice to watch during the regular season, but continuously seeing that style of basketball in the playoffs every year, I'm just not a fan. It doesn't work.
I mean, you play a lot of 2K. Does it work in 2K?
That's where it works.
Both of y'all play a lot of 2K. Does it work?
That's where it works on 2K, but it does not work in the pros. Like I really feel like I'm watching the E-League game. Like, they just going to let him just have the ball. My man usage rate is stupid high, and that's just what it is. Like he might shoot 22 3-pointers. He might make 6 of them. Go to the line 12 times. I'm just not interested in watching that. I don't think they're going to make the finals playing like that.
Are you a James Harden fan?
Yeah, but again, like it's fun to watch that during the regular season. The playoff time, it's just I really don't like watching how they play, and I don't feel like part of that's coaching, but I don't feel like they're going to stray away from playing like that. Even though it has not historically worked for them for the last couple of years, I don't think that's going to stop them from trying to do it.
How do you feel about D'Antoni? I mean, do you think that his offenses are built to last? I'm a person that has never really believed in D'Antoni. What do you think about D'Antoni and his offenses?
I feel like he creates a style of offense that eventually somebody else does better than he does. And then
really, who do you think has done a better job with the D'Antoni offense than D'Antoni? That's an honest question.
He coached the Suns, right?
Yeah, and then Alvin Gentry came along. I mean, Alvin Gentry has tried to build versions of his offense, but I don't think he's done a good enough job to where they can win, because even Alvin Gentry was Anthony Davis's coach, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Yeah. I just think D'Antoni's systems aren't built to last in the playoffs because they're so much built around offense and not enough around defense. I think if D'Antoni had a Tibbs working on his system, then it would be a lot.
That's when they went 60 whatever in 16 and lost in 7 to the Warriors.
Tibbs, you said?
No, but he didn't have it. But he had something like a Tibbs. Remember, they had that defensive coordinator or like whatever it was that they hired back last year. That was the year when they were top 5 in both offense and defense in 2017-18, and it took them missing 27. That's why I disagree with people when they say it doesn't work. Yes, it does. If you get that far, what you did worked. Now, you probably just didn't make 1 or 2 plays to get over the hump, but what you did worked. If you go 64 and whatever it was and go to game 7 with the team that people would say is the best team of the decade, then what you did worked. Do I think the Rockets will make the finals this year? Yes, I do. Would it be very hard? Yes.
Go ahead, rewind it. Say it again.
Do I think the Rockets can make the finals this year? Yes, I do. I don't think the Rockets can beat the Clippers, but I do think that they can beat the Lakers. I think that they will make the Lakers pick and choose, and I think that for one, the Lakers are a team that does it. They're missing Avery Bradley now. Who is guarding Harden and Russ? I think that the fact when you have these 2 MVPs in one backcourt, if they're healthy, the thing about Harden later on in the season was I don't think Harden was healthy. I watch James Harden every single night. Rockets are my favorite team in basketball. Harden wasn't healthy when the season was coming down to a stretch. Russ was fine. Harden wasn't healthy. I think he had a thigh issue. Harden looks good. Harden looks a little bit quicker. He looks like, his movements are back, completely fluid. He looks good. Also, I think they added more defense. I think adding a guy like Robert Covington, all defense level defender, and putting him there with a PJ Tucker and Rocco, who can also stretch out and shoot the 3. And Rocco, even though they're playing small ball, Rocco isn't a small player. You can stick Rocco on AD and get away with that and be fine with that. So yes, I think the Rockets have a shot. Now I do wonder. I was even going back and looking. I do wonder if they would have known that this little break was coming if they would have still traded Capella. I think they traded Capella because he had the heel issue that I think they said was plantar fasciitis that they probably assumed that he wasn't going to be able to play, and that's why they traded Capella. I wonder if they would have rethought that or redone it if they would have known they had a 4-month break coming.
I don't think it would have mattered. The Rockets are not making the finals. The Rockets are not contender. James Harden is, as I've called him numerous times, small game James when it comes to playing basketball and showing up in big moments. He is a great elite scorer until it comes down time to win the games. Period. Point blank in the story. I don't want to hear it could have worked if they didn't miss 27, but they did miss 27 threes. He missed some of them too.
The only team that I think that they cannot beat is the Clippers. I think any other team in the Western Conference they can beat. Now, if they get to the finals, they'll probably get choke slammed by the Bucks or somebody, or maybe by the Raptors. But I think, can they make the finals? Yes, I do. Can they win a ring? Oh, we can see about that. But can they make the finals? Yes, I do think they can make the finals, 100%. I don't think that they can beat the Clippers, though. But anybody else, I think they can cook them.
You know what I think? I think you do good,
because I also always think they'll be because I also always think you cannot discount the fact of any series they walk in, they can have 2 of the 3 best players on the court in any series they walk in.
Yeah, but supporting casts are usually the ones that need to step up.
Tuck, he shoot 50% from the corner. Rocco before the season ended, he was good. Eric Gordon, he should be healthy now. He was also hurt this season. He should be healthy now. Austin Rivers, I like what Austin Rivers can play. He can defend, and also he's a good isolation scorer. They got some guys. Ben McLemore, he was on fire this season. They got some guys.
Chase, why you don't agree with him? Why were you looking like that?
I don't believe in the Rockets. That's what it really is. Because I feel like every year I have high hopes for them, and then I just see like pretty much what happens when they need to get stuff done. Like I can't believe the fact these guys missed 27 3-pointers in the game. That would all the names you just said, like dudes is out here missing 27 threes.
Chris Paul wasn't there. That wouldn't happen if Chris Paul was there. Chris Paul wasn't there. Chris Paul is going to create an open shot for somebody, or Chris Paul is going to work that mid-range when you to miss 2 or 3 straight threes. Chris Paul not going to sit there and let you miss 27 straight threes, G. It's not happening with Chris Paul on the court.
Yeah, but Russell Westbrook is there. He'll let you miss 27 straight.
Yes, he will. No, because Russ not going to shoot the three.
Yes, he
will. Also, the whole concept, like we had the whole episode, Russ is like their dominant big man. He don't even shoot the ball no more, and he's shooting. Russ is having the best shooting season of his career percentage-wise. He's not shooting the ball. All his stuff is coming in the paint. And again, if everybody is spread out, there is almost no one man outside of maybe Ben Simmons in the NBA who can keep Russell Westbrook in front of them. Russ ain't even got handles. He do one move, get to the rim, do this, and he there. And now the big is at the 3-point line now because you can't just leave Rocco or PJ Tuck, especially if they hitting shots.
I'm sorry, but I understand the thought and behind the concept. But no, it's not going to work in all actuality. I think it's going to work for the first round. I think they can maybe surprise the Nuggets. I think they can maybe, I don't think that they're going to surprise the Thunder or the Jazz. I think they'll just beat them. But I think they can maybe surprise the Nuggets. But I don't see them beating anybody unless it's the Lakers. But only if Robert Covington has the series of a lifetime, because he's essentially going to be stuck guarding Anthony Davis when they try to get him switched out, or guarding LeBron. Robert Covington has to have the series of a lifetime. A few years ago when he was playing in Philly, I thought he was the one. I thought he was that dude. I thought he was going to turn into the next shooter, but not no more. Not no more. I'm sorry. I don't have that level of faith in them no more. That's why I don't have no level of faith in the Houston Rockets. I just don't think that they can do it. And I think that D'Antoni is not a coach that's good enough at making adjustments. I think Yeah, exactly. He's not a good coach at making adjustments. I think even what you saw in that Warriors series last year was once Kevin Durant went out, he couldn't make no adjustments to counter what Steve Kerr was doing.
To be fair, the Warriors actually they weren't a better team without Kevin Durant in no way, shape, or form. But their offense was less predictable without Kevin Durant. But they literally changed their whole offense on the fly mid game.
Yeah.
And
so what do you got to do if you the other coach?
Hold on.
Hold on.
In game 6, that wasn't D'Antoni's fault. No,
Yeah,
that's
who
not
fault
D'Antoni's fault. That's Harden for missing them goddamn 6 free throws. That is Gerald Green, Eric Gordon, and I think it was PJ Tucker for messing up that goddamn 3-on-1 break when you was up 9 and had a chance to go up 12, and you end up shooting a mid-range jump shot. What part of the scheme is that? That wasn't on D'Antoni. That was on the people that was on the court. How Steph don't score for the whole half and you tied?
I mean, that's your guy, small game James.
No, yes, that's on them. That's on the people. That ain't got nothing to do with D'Antoni.
You told me Harden was probably out there around Lambos and little baby.
Just like Chris Paul said in that press conference, we lost and that's stupid. You right. Y'all lost and that was stupid. Stupid. I didn't think they would win the series once they lost game 5. It wasn't no way in hell y'all supposed to lose game 6 at the crib when Steph Curry don't score the whole half. That ain't supposed to happen. So that wasn't on D'Antoni. No, I ain't putting that on D'Antoni.
Okay. All right. I'm not upset at that. But before we get ready to get out of here, fans, patreon.com/HNB. Make sure you go right now. All of the podcast versions of all of our shows go up early on there before they go up live on SoundCloud. So make sure you go subscribe right now, patreon.com/HNB. I'm also probably going to launch a new show where I just talk about pop culture and stuff in there. So make sure you go do it, patreon.com/HNB. So let's go ahead. Let's actually get ready to get out of here, man. Chase, we definitely appreciate you for coming through, talking NBA with us. You say you don't like to get your plug in, so I'm not going to ask you to get your plug in. I'm just going to tell the fans, go out there, make sure that you guys please subscribe right now, drop a like on the video. Please make sure you go follow us online at HNB Sports TV, HNB Media TV, also at Hoops and Brews. You can find us at Hoops and Brews. As always, we drink, we talk basketball, we drink beer, we talk basketball. Today, the show is not sponsored by anybody, but we are looking for sponsors. Feel free to hit us up, contact@hoopsandbrews.com if you are a sponsor out there. As always, do not drink and drive. Please drink responsibly. If you're under the age of 21 or 18 and cannot, you better be fucking drinking. Don't do it. It's wrong. And as always, please make sure you drink in moderation. If you do it, as always, this show co-stars rapper extraordinaire Pavy. Go ahead, get your plug in, talk to people, let them know where they can find you at.
As always, man, follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, Pavy World, all one word. Also, WNBA has started back. Make sure you check out our WNBA coverage as well. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, check that out. Make sure y'all go watch the WNBA as well. And shout out all y'all. Yeah.
Actually, really quickly, can we do like a real quick WNBA talk segment for a second? What do you think about what's going on in the WNBA? How do you think of actually they had their own, social media, and social justice messages. They actually had Breonna, Taylor's name on their jersey. How do you, kind of what are your thoughts on the WNBA and what's going on in their league? What are your thoughts on the actual play, how it looks? How do you feel about that?
Like Nneka even said, Nneka Wnba for the Sparks. She even said, women, our whole lives are political, which I agree with. I mean, women deal with things that we don't deal with as men on like a daily basis.
Yeah.
The WNBA, this is also a league where, it's a lot of LGBT. So they've dealt with issues and they're used to protesting and things like this consistently. I mean, even like we got to remember, I think it was either the Eric Garner situation. I think they actually got fined by the league. The WNBA got fined by the league when they either wore like the I Can't Breathe shirts or something.
Yeah.
So this is something that's like not new to them. Like they've been doing this forever. And also they not making the same money the NBA players making. So them getting fined a lot different than the NBA player getting fined, a whole lot different than the NBA player getting fined because they ain't making the same type of money. So I mean this is the league that's not new to protest and to being aware about social issues. So shout out them. I think that they're doing the right thing. And also I think it's really cool to see women of all colors and creeds come together behind this one issue. People would say it's a issue that's near and dear to us as African Americans, but it's not just African Americans in the league. It's women of all races and creeds. Some of them not even from America. So it's cool to see all of them, coming really behind this one issue and kind of sticking together with this. As far as the play, I actually love the presentation. I actually think the presentation is super dope.
Really? Okay.
I think the presentation is dope. I think the broadcast can maybe get a little bit better. I think there were a couple times in which the broadcast kind of went in and out, at least when I was watching the Sparks games. I think that could get a little bit better, but I think the presentation is dope, and I think it's good for the league. I think even the question that you asked Doc, I think that having it on
that right now.
I think that, having that on while, basketball is coming back in general. So it's not like they're like out there by themselves. I think, it can maybe hinder you in some aspects, but in other aspects it's dope because I think people have basketball fever in general, and they're not new shows coming on TV right now. Like you're either watching something old on Netflix, you're watching a movie, or you're watching sports really right now. Like I even found myself watching a baseball game the other night. I don't watch baseball. It was just on. And I'm like, I'll watch it. And the game was actually good. So I think that people might find themselves doing that with the W. And I also like the fact that I think you're getting to the point now where a lot of these women are caring about their brands off the court. But I think that's happening because we just live in a world in which everybody's a brand. Like we all have our own brands.
Yeah.
Like people who don't even do anything have brands. I know people who literally work a 9 to 5. They have actual brands on the internet. I think everybody has a brand. And I think that these ladies who are coming up now, born in 97, born in 93, born in 96.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, just more use of the internet and like just more use of marketing themselves. So I'm excited to see how this season goes. I hope it goes well. I hope you guys all check it out. And it's good basketball. So if you enjoy basketball, you'll like WNBA.
Yeah, I think a lot of NBA players have shown solidarity by, like wearing their WNBA sweats and stuff like that, to the game. I think that the W is in a good spot. I actually think that it is good because the NBA is going to be on all day long. And so is the W kind of going to be on all day long. So I think you can kind of tune in and out. I think if the sports networks are going to be fair, then you're going to have a little bit of both. But I'm going to play this question for Doc, that Doc Rivers, that I asked Doc Rivers yesterday about the WNBA. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to get out of here. Hey, Doc, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on the W. Their season began today, and this is, I believe, probably the first time that both seasons are actually running concurrently. I just wanted to know what your thoughts are kind of on the league and how, this could potentially open up, more eyeballs to the league with both leagues playing at the same time.
Yeah, listen, I'm hoping it does. It's amazing when you think about where the WNBA has started and where it's at now. Not only do they have great basketball, but now they're starting to have personalities, and you're starting to know and recognize all the women. It's been fantastic. I love how the NBA players and coaches are all supporting them as well. A lot of us have daughters, and we want our daughters to have somewhere where they can dream to play sports. Where for years, you go to college and that's probably the end of the trail. The WNBA has proven no, there's more basketball to be played, and at a professional level, I think it's wonderful.
Okay, and the last question is going to come from Farbot.
All right, sorry about that. So yeah, man, thank you. Everybody that has watched. I personally just want to also give a big shout out to the WNBA for actually being bold enough to take a lot of these steps. I think it's interesting, kind of seeing how it all goes on, how both of these leagues are choosing to market everything. If anybody knows me personally, they know that I'm very outspoken about a lot of the stuff that goes on. So I keep those opinions off of the airways for the most part. I mean, y'all get a lot of them sometimes, but for the most part, I keep my real stuff off the airwaves. But I think all of it's interesting. But I do, I give kudos to both players in both leagues for really continuing to speak about this stuff. And even hearing NBA players say, I want you guys to keep asking us about this, because if you keep asking us about it, then it'll allow us the opportunity to keep talking about it, and then we won't just have to go out of our way to talk about it, because you all should want to keep covering it too. And I've heard a couple of players kind of say the same thing. But anyways, this has been Hoops and Brews. We appreciate you all for watching. As always, thank you. Chase, we appreciate you for coming through. We definitely want to have you back again once the season is up and running, so that we can get some more hot takes going. Pavy, any final words?
No. Pavy.com, go check it out.
Yeah, man. What did I say was gonna be the title of this episode? About
Lou Will. It was something about Lou Will. What was Lou Will doing?
What did Lou Will do to get wings named after him?
Oh yeah, what did he do to get them wings? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find what I said about that. But anyways, man, we appreciate it, man. It's been Hoops and Brews. We will get up with y'all next time. As always, patreon.com/HNB. We will talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roll up this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Yeah.